Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. Today we are going down quite the rabbit hole and really talking about the state of the PvP force balance server Grobbulus. So, essentially what happened with the mega server merger is everything, we had the legacy servers, all these ones, you had people, Benediction, Fairlina, those were the two mega servers. Fairlina was the Horde mega, and Benediction was the Alliance mega, and they were PvP servers technically, but they were 99% Alliance, 99% Horde, even like 99.9. The only people I ever knew being the minority faction was like Peo tried to do it on Fairlina but gave up after like a few weeks for PvP purposes. But just sort of content creators trying to be the minority faction was pretty much all I ever saw, or people on alts doing it. And so we all were faced with the choice like 2 months ago, a month ago, to go to the Pagel mega server, which is Pagel, Nazgrim, Gal, Immersius, Lei Shinradin. They all are on Pagel, and they're all connected. And then that is a PvE server. And then we have the Grobbulus PvP server. So Grobbulus, people figured honestly that Grobbulus would be saved. A lot of people would go to Grobbulus, and people would want this open world PvP and force balance PvP server and map. Well, unfortunately, nobody went to Grobbulus, and Grobbulus is suffering immensely right now. And so I just wanted to take the time to cover this Grobbulus situation, put it out there, and maybe, you know, the devs might see it and decide that people are, in fact, no longer having fun on Grobbulus. And I think it's important, and it's kind of, you'll see when we dive into the numbers here, how bad it truly is. So, I have actually, my character here on Grobbulus is the Psalm character that I started and didn't really play at all. We had a level 5 Warlock. I really dove into Psalm. I chose TBC instead. But anyway, I'm going to switch it over to the forums and just give you a few opinions from people actually on Grobbulus, because I am not. So I'll see you then. Whoop. So here is a disgruntled Grobbulus player's opinion. He says, "We know Grobbulus was the last remaining balanced PvP server where every other realm was considerably smaller or a single faction mega server. With the consolidation, Blizzard wanted to preserve it the way it was by letting people transfer there as an option other than sharded realms. You thought being a balanced PvP server would attract players. You were clearly wrong. A lot of people on Grob don't want to be here anymore, but there's no way off. We can't even pay to transfer. Please let us leave." Then we have this. "Please let us transfer or leave our current realm. It makes no sense that we're stuck on a dead server while other players enjoy mega realms. We technically have world PvP enabled, but there's no one around to fight or interact with. It's incredibly frustrating to have a feature available, but no active population to actually use it." So, these are just two testimonies from people from Grobbulus. Then, as you can see, this is another one where he says, "I understand why transfers were halted when PvE clusters first opened, but it's been some time now and I was wondering why they're still frozen. Had some friends ask to hop over to raid with them, but I can't transfer any of my tunes since I used my free transfer to go to Grobbulus. The character I am trying to transfer isn't on transfer cooldown. I was told Pagel might be open to transfer. My name isn't available on Pagel, and I have the name saved on Nazgrim." So Grob is being forced to do time for a crime they didn't commit, and this game has no A-team to break you out of it. Let's see who remembers the A-team. Really dating myself there. Grob did a crime, there are just some innocents caught in the crossfire. So, I mean, Grob is just essentially the PvP server, and nobody wants to world PvP anymore. It is very, very small, and it kind of, you know, it's a dying community for sure. Then here is a great testimony of the Grobbulus raiding community. So he said, "I want to advocate for raiders on Grobbulus, and I want to share both my personal experience and the broader perspective of the community regarding raiding content on this server. My goal is not to be inflammatory, but to raise awareness and request communication about an issue that is increasingly affecting the ability of many players to enjoy the game as intended." So background, he explains the server consolidation here. The server consolidation, pretty much every player from all the legacy servers got to pick Grobbulus for PvP or Pagel for PvE. 99% of them picked Pagel. I genuinely don't know anyone who went Grobbulus. Then we have an impact on the raiding community. So apparently, pretty much, it is very, very difficult for them to fill 25-man rosters. And looking ahead, Throne of Thunder is expected to be significantly more challenging than the current raids, and the expected attrition from that difficulty will only further amplify the difficulty of consistently filling groups, which was smaller. With the smaller population of interested players, we want to be able to participate in this content without struggling each week to find the right combination of players. Now, I can attest to that. I'm battling the roster boss currently, too. I had to condense my 25-man team down to a 10-man team, which really sucked to do, and I honestly might just break us until TOT. Honestly, that's where I'm leaning to this. I'm tired of fighting the roster boss. Please, for the love of God, give us flex, whatever it takes. Give us solid flex. Let us have 30, because it's just dire, man. It is dire out there. I'm just nonstop roster rotation every week. It is tough, and I genuinely don't struggle with that. I could recruit a ton of people, but doing it week after week after week after week for a game, I am only here because you killed Zod, feels bad. So I feel this frustration deeply. So their request is essentially communicate to the people, let people know what's going on, and this is a direct quote when the merger happened. If Grobbulus reaches a state where no one is having fun anymore, they will take action. So people who want to raid on more than one character are not having fun anymore trying to find spots, and honestly it sounds like everyone is. There just simply aren't enough players interested in organized 25-man PvE content. We only have 3 to 4 groups full clearing each week to sustain the server. So they did not see a significant number of new PvE players as a result to transfers to Grobbulus, and the situation is already getting worse. The situation, and they want a fair opportunity by allowing cross-server raiding, which should be feasible. I don't see why not. Before they even did the merger, you could invite everyone cross-server. I tested every aspect of the game. Raiding is the only thing that we couldn't do cross-server. We even tried to zone into MSV and test it. So it seems like there's just some artificial barrier there, so that would be a good one. Or allow the people to transfer off. The problem is if they allow people to transfer off of Grobbulus, I think everyone would go, even the PvPers. It would be a very, very small server. And I think this is a very, very well done post, and it's just, this is how you should communicate if you want something done. This is how you should talk, instead of, just yelling and screaming and saying everything's terrible. Now, I want to take a little deep dive. We don't have the most recent numbers yet. You would know because we would have that numbers video. But essentially, here is the Pagel Mega Server US PvE. You can see everyone's essentially from, Nazgrim being Faralina, the most popular one. But all these add up, and it's about 50,000 of the population. And then we come down here to Grobbulus, and it is about 5,000. So Grobbulus is a tenth of the size of the mega cluster. So this is like 1/10 of the population sitting here and just suffering. And as you can see, obviously most of the Grobbulus server is Alliance versus Horde. And so that, because it's forced faction balance, I didn't even think you can make new Alliance characters on the server. I'm lucky that my Zom character is Alliance, so I tested this and I could, but I think if I deleted this character and tried to make a new one, I don't think I could make an Alliance here, because it is forced faction enforced, so you would have to get Horde. Obviously, these are just rating numbers, not true population numbers, but yeah, it is a dire situation with a tenth of the population just left there to sit there and essentially whittle out until it dies, and that is really, really sad to see. And I don't think WoW should, we shouldn't have that shouldn't be a thing here in World of Warcraft, honestly. But I just wanted to, shine a light on this situation. Hopefully I summarized it quite a bit. I'll actually do that right now. I'll delete this character and see if I can make a Alliance character here on Grobbulus after I delete my only character here. So it does look like I can make one, but it's probably because I already had one. So yeah, we are able to make one, but I'm not sure how long it takes for that. So that is good that you can make Alliance, and obviously we know we can make Horde here on Grobbulus right now. But just to show you how many layers there are here and how scarce the population is looking, because I like to cover these things. I think it's very important for the broader community, even though it doesn't affect me, and I feel like I definitely made the right choice by not going to the PvP server, even though I usually pick the Horde PvP server for all of my World of Warcraft Classic desires. It just sucks to see a server die off, especially when it was just the other choice. But yeah, honestly, we don't even have layers here. There is one layer right now. That is kind of crazy, because the Peg Omega server's at like 5 right now usually. But yeah, just to show you where it's at, how it is. You see no new orcs here. That's not really too crazy, but anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Show some love, and maybe, just maybe, they'll address the Grobbulus situation. But until next time, I'll see you later. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.